Art is hard, and art school can cost thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're not even guaranteed a job out of it. In today's video, I'm going to go over the fastest way to actually improve your art. First, I want to share a bit of my journey with you and why I'm making this video. I started drawing just 4 years ago, but only 2 years of me actually trying to improve. I came across the anime Blue Period and decided that art was what I wanted to do. The main character was extremely hardworking and really got obsessed with drawing, so I decided I would do the exact same thing. I drew mostly for fun the first year, then I stagnated and quit for a year. After that, I was in a horrible spot in life and decided to start back up. But I decided I would work as hard as I could for 1 year, and if I didn't see results, I would quit. Obviously, I didn't quit after that, so what happened? I didn't get a job or get into art center like I had hoped, but I did see amazing progress. This was before the year, and this was after. So today I'm going to share my secrets with you, so hopefully, if you are in a similar spot, you can succeed. Before I start, I want to make something very clear. You will not see immediate progress. You will have to work really hard if you want to get good fast, but there will be tips and resources in this video to help. First, you need to set a goal. My goal has always been to land a job in the industry, but yours can be anything from just wanting to get better to being the best artist in the world. But I want you to keep that goal in mind as you're working. The next part is going to be boring, but I promise it's probably the most important. Learn your fundamentals. The fundamentals are, well, fundamental to you seeing any kind of improvement in your work. And if you're wanting a job in the art world someday, the hiring manager will not hire you if they see you do not have a good grasp of these. What I did and would recommend anyone out there to do is take a course going through these with you. I took Mark Burnett's art school, but there are free courses such as Drawbox or Control Paint that can really help. You really need to understand perspective, color theory, lighting, form, composition. If you're wanting to do character work, add anatomy and gesture drawing. But please draw what you want alongside doing these studies. This is the easiest way to avoid burnout, and it will also help you apply your studies to your artwork. When I was learning fundamentals, I spent the whole year practicing every single day. I would put 30+ hours a week into my art while working a full-time job. Hard work and consistency is a big part of getting better fast. I want you to be obsessed with getting better. Something that helped me was to spend as much time as I could listening to videos about art even when I couldn't draw. I probably listened to every video on Mark Burnett and Sam Does Art's channel. When you're obsessed with art, then you draw more with more focus, which means things you learn from your studies will stick better. When I was in this stage, all I could think about was drawing and getting better. I was always so excited to get home and just draw for hours. But after a while, I stagnated. Eventually, you will get to a point where this happens, and when it happens, it's really easy to burn out. The easiest way to avoid this for me was to always have something I could rely on doing, even if I didn't feel like drawing. For me, gesture drawing was really relaxing, and I didn't have to think too much about what I was doing. Using reference when you draw is key to improving, but you need to learn to use reference correctly. Let me be clear, it's okay to find one reference and do a study of it. Just give credit if you decide to post it. I always had so many ideas in my head that I wanted to draw, but it was so hard to actually draw it because the image in your head isn't a real image. It's kind of hard to explain, but the image in your head won't have all the information you need to draw it. And that's where reference comes in. When you gather reference, the image in your head will become clearer. Some really great sites for finding reference images are Pinterest. Watch out for AI images. FilmGrab, this site's really good for cinematic looking images. And Line of Action for gesture drawing. Rendering is something I've always wanted to touch on. When I was just starting out, I had no idea what rendering was. I always saw videos on YouTube where the artist would go through the image and then skip past the rendering, and it looked so much better. I was so confused why this happened and what the artist actually did to make the image so much better. The technical definition of this is the processing of an outline image using color and shading to make it appear solid and three-dimensional. That's the basic idea. Add shading and form, but it's so much more. To me, there's one missing fundamental that I believe consolidates all of what rendering actually means. The missing fundamental: material. Material is the matter from which a thing is or can be made. Everything is made of something, and when you learn how to draw these materials, that's when you get the rendering effect. Learn how highlights and shadows react to a material, Gold and silver have really bright highlights that also reflect the environment, while skin has softer highlights, except for the areas with more oil where they can be brighter, and if the light hits a thinner piece of skin, it can glow red because of subsurface scattering. So you have a good understanding of the fundamentals, learned how to use reference, and render your drawings. So now what? Well, it depends on what you want. If you're like me and want an industry job, now is a great time to start creating a portfolio. I would recommend buying a mentorship. There's nothing better than getting one-on-one feedback from someone that has the job that you want. A mentorship can add so much to your work, and most of them will help you through building your portfolio. Now, it's also a great time to start taking more expensive courses. At this point, you're probably at least a year into your journey and dedicated to your goal. So spending money to get better guidance is a really great investment. I'm not kidding, one course took my backgrounds from this to this. I use Underpaint Academy for my courses. They have some really amazing artists that take you through a 4 to 8 week course. They all also have dedicated Discord servers where you can talk to the other artists taking the course. They have 2 tiers, one where the instructor gives paintovers and feedback, and then the spectator tier. Obviously, there's a pretty high price difference. The one I did was from the artist Leia Pinto, and she was amazing. She was very active in the Discord and would just chat with the students. She also sat down with me and gave me a portfolio review, even though I wasn't fast enough to get the feedback tier. Well, that's it. I hope this video helps. I really did my best to try and think of the things in my art journey that contributed to my progress. And it may not be the best for everyone, but if it helps even one person, it was worth it. Anyways, if this helped, leave a like on the video and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.